actually getting to filming this video early for once. It is currently 5 to 11 on the 6th. Yeah, the 6th. And I thought today I would do just a simple, easy, quick video, but something fun. I've talked about this author quite a lot on my channel, and that author is Marissa Meyer, the author of the Lunar Chronicles, the Renegades trilogy, Heartless, Instant Karma, and the most recent duology, Gilded and Cursed. I love these books. My favourite is probably the Renegades trilogy, let's be honest. I love her books and my collection is growing. I now have 3 of 4 main Lunar Chronicles books. Let me see if I can remember how. Hold on. Okay. So, I'm going to show you all of the books. This is the first book in the Lunar Chronicles series. This is Cinder. Then there is Scarlet, which is the one main Lunar Chronicles book I don't own, and it is my favourite of the Lunar Chronicles books. This one's Crest, this is book 3. So they're all fairy tale retellings, basically. I need to stop looking at the camera, I need to start looking at this. This one is a Cinderella retelling. This one is a Rapunzel retelling, so this is Crest. I think it's focusing on them. And then the last one is Winter, and this is a Snow White retelling. Marissa Meyer also wrote 2 other books, like part of the Lunar Chronicles series. She wrote Fairest, which is the Evil Queen's story, set before these 4 books. And then there is also Stars Above, which is a series of novellas. Most of them take place before the series, and they're all different stories from all of the different characters' lives. And then there is one story right at the end of the Stars Above book that takes place after Winter that I love. But she also then wrote 2 comics. She wrote 2 comics about probably my favourite character, Aiko. This is the first comic. This is Why is a Nerve, comic number 1. And then this is Why is a Nerve Gone Rogue, volume 2. But yeah, they're like proper like comics. They're not, you know, they're not books, they're comics. So that's really, really cool, and I love those. Yeah, so it is a slightly large series, but they're not hard to read. They're quite easy to read, actually. And then the next series is the Renegades trilogy. This is my favourite series book 1. And then book 2 is Arch Enemies. And then book 3, which, I was out of focus then. Book 3, which I have 2 copies of, is Supernova. And then her next book, that I don't actually have a paperback copy of, I have a copy on my Kindle, is Heartless, which is a Queen of Hearts fairy tale retelling. So it is set before Alice goes into Wonderland. Again, looking at the thing, I'm going to put that back, you know. It is set before Alice goes into Wonderland. It is kind of like how the Queen of Hearts became the kind of evil queen that you know about in the fairy tale. Because in Heartless, she starts off as quite a sweet, kind girl, and through this series of events slowly becomes the off with her head, cruel woman that you know in the fairy tale. I did not enjoy it the first time I read it. I will admit, I didn't like it. But then I did a book club this year and I reread it and I loved it. Oh my days. I don't know why I didn't like it the first time. And then the next standalone I'm going to tell you about is Instant Karma, this book here. I'm going to pull the lens out now so that I can see what I'm doing. this book right here. This is Instant Karma. Now, this is not going to be a standalone. She is currently writing book 2 in the Instant Karma series. This is Prudence's story. And then the next one will be her twin brother Jude's story. Yes, Prudence and Jude, as in Dear Prudence and Hey Jude. One of the big concepts around this book is the Beatles. So like this entire family, there's Prudence, Jude, Eleanor, Penny and Lucy, I think it is. And they're all named after Beatles songs. But this one was really good. I really enjoyed this. It was nice seeing Marissa kind of step out of the fairy tale role. So she wrote the Lunar Chronicle series, fairy tale retellings, big sci-fi element to it. She wrote Heartless, again, fairy tale retellings. She wrote the Renegades trilogy, which is kind of dystopian. And then she kind of stepped back from that side and wrote the Instant Karma book, and it's contemporary romance, so it's a completely different kind of genre, and she nailed it. She just aced it. The next one is the most recent duology she's written. I think it's a duology, which is Gilded and Cursed. I do not own these books. I own Gilded on my Kindle. I do not own Cursed. And I'm going to tell you why. When I read Gilded, I will admit I was very disappointed. I think as I was reading it, it felt like the typical fae world. Everyone is writing fae nowadays, which I think it's great if it sells, but I don't particularly enjoy it. Which is why I'm really happy that I found people like Sarah Sutton, like Catherine, who don't particularly write fae. Sarah's books are all contemporary romance, so they're all real life kind of stuff. And then Catherine writes dark fantasy, so it's more vampires and stuff like that. And it felt a little bit like Marissa was kind of writing this to kind of fit in with what's popular nowadays, and I just didn't particularly like that. And then some of the tropes in the book I just despise with everything in me. So when Cursed came out, I didn't jump to buy it, and I don't think I will buy it. I know that Abby wants to get it at some point, so when she's read it, I'll probably borrow it from her, and if I enjoy it, then maybe I'll buy it. If I don't, I'm not going to bother. If someone buys it for me, that's fine, but I'm not going to spend my money to buy this book that I'm not that excited about. Filmed an entire thing talking about Serendipity because I forgot about it and it wasn't filming. Go me. Serendipity is a lot of different like novellas. Marissa Meyer edited it and wrote one of the books. So I'll read you through the tropes. There is... Oh yeah. It's signed. The fake relationship, stranded together, class warfare, the best friend love epiphany, one bed, that's the Marissa Meyer one, the secret admirer, the grand romantic gesture, trapped in a confined space, the makeover, and the matchmaker. I'm not going to include this because I don't think... It's not like it's all written by Marissa Meyer, if you know what I mean. It's like lots of different people, so I'm not going to include it, but this is a Marissa Meyer book. So I'm going to go through and basically just kind of rank the Marissa Meyer books, how I would rank them, and kind of give an explanation as to why I'm ranking them like that. So let's go. Let's get started. We're going to start with the Renegade series. I think that's just a good place to start. So book 1, Renegades. I have star, 5 star, 4 star, 3 star, 2 star, and 1 star. So Supernova 4.5. Arch Enemies I think is a 4 star. Renegades I think is a 5 star. I absolutely loved the first Renegades book. It was amazing. It just laid amazing groundwork for what was to come. Instant Karma, again, 5 star. I loved this book. There wasn't really anything that I would change. There were little things that I think I would change, but very, very, very minor things. It was an amazing read. Start with Cinder. Cinder is probably a 3-star read. When you read these books, you kind of, in each book, the character whose title, the book title is introduced. So in this one, Cinder was introduced and that was it. In Scarlet, Scarlet was introduced, so you had Scarlet and Cinder. Cress, Scarlet, Cress and Cinder, and then Winter you had all 4 of the women. Aiko was in all of them, which was amazing. I love Aiko. But I think Cinder I just didn't enjoy as much. I loved it the first time I read it, but then I didn't enjoy it as much the second time because I was missing the other female characters. So I think that was probably a 3-star read. Scarlet, 5-star. I love Scarlet. That is my favourite of the Lunar Chronicles book. It might be my favourite Marissa Meyer book. Scarlet is definitely my favourite Marissa Meyer character. I absolutely love Scarlet. I don't know why. I just do. Cress, again, probably a 3-star read. It wasn't my favourite. It just kind of, I felt like it maybe dragged on a little bit. Just a little bit too much. But in that one, actually, yeah, it was, I loved the storytelling and how they kind of took Rapunzel. How Marissa took the Rapunzel story and kind of gave it the twist that it has. I really enjoy that. Winter, definite 4-star read. There are things in it that I would change, which is why it isn't a 4-star read. Again, I felt like there was certain points where it kind of dragged on, and I feel like the ending is slightly anticlimactic. Yeah. Fairest, 1-star read. I did not enjoy that the first time. I've only read it once. But I didn't enjoy it at all. It didn't grip my attention like the others did. Stars Above, I think a 3-star read, and only because it has the last story at the end, which is set after Winter. The rest of the stories I wasn't as fussed about. Yes, it was nice seeing kind of a bit of the lives of these 4 girls and 4 guys, and Aiko before Cinder, before book 1, but it just wasn't enough for me to kind of be like, oh, this was amazing. Why is a Nerve 1, I think, is probably a 3-star read, and Why is a Nerve 2 is a 4-star read. It was great seeing, because these are set after Winter. And I think they might be set after, oh no, they're set before the story in Stars Above. So it was nice kind of seeing the characters, what they got up to after Winter, after the end events of Winter. That was quite interesting. And we got Aiko kind of in a way that we haven't seen her before. And she got matched. She's very stubborn, Aiko, and she got matched with a guy in the book that is like equally as stubborn. So it's quite entertaining seeing them like banging heads a lot. But there were things in there that I think I would change. Heartless, if you'd asked me to do this before I did my book club where we read Heartless, it would probably be like a 2-star review. Now I think it's probably a 5-star, on the main premise of it was just, or maybe not 5-star, I think 4-star actually. There were things in it that I would change, minor things, but still big enough that I won't give it a 5-star review. I think it just didn't like grip me at points. There were points where I was kind of like, oh, this is boring, and then there were points where it was like, oh, so that's why. It was really cool how she left hints to things that happen in Alice in Wonderland. Gilded, 2-star. 2-star, because there were certain points that I did enjoy, but then the majority of it, especially the ending, was just not good enough for me to give it a higher rating, I think. And then Cursed, I won't rate Cursed because I haven't read it. But if it's anything like what I'm expecting it to be like, it's probably going to be a 1-star, 2-star review. So here we go. This is kind of the, I'm not sure why it's because it's zoomed in. Why is it zoomed in? There we go. So this is the finished product. Scarlet, Instant Karma, and Renegades, 5-star. Winter, Arch Enemies, Supernova, Wise and Nerve, and 2, Wise and Nerve 2, and Heartless, 4-star. Crest, Cinder, Stars Above and Wise and Nerve, 3-star. Gilded, 2-star, and Fairest, 1-star. I will be interested to see if kind of like at any point any of these change. If like I reread Gilded or I reread Fairest and actually I enjoyed them more, so they got bumped higher up on the list. That would be interesting, so maybe we'll have to do that again. Maybe I should reread them all and do this again. It's my hair colour. But yeah, I think this is a pretty good list for now. I think it's very accurate. It got me thinking, that's for sure. I will leave a link down below to where you can take this quiz yourself or create your own quiz. And I need to mention this in every video, I keep forgetting. Go me. My book club sign up is closing at the end of December. We are going to be reading What Are Friends For by Sarah Sutton, which is a best friends to lovers romance. This is the post where you can sign up, so you just need to follow me, like the post, follow me, follow Sarah Sutton, who is the author, and these are kind of like aesthetic pictures for all of her books that were out at the time. There's one more out at the moment, Dreaming About the Boy Next Door. And then just message me, let me know you want to join. At the moment, there's 2 other people reading with me, both Sarah Sutton fans. So if you want to read the book with someone else, let me know. They are free on Kindle Unlimited. But I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, it really helps me out, especially when I'm putting out a video a day. It encourages me that someone's watching. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye!